What's going on, guys? It's Max,
Isaac,
and we are back with podcast episode number 2. And we want to do something different today. Isaac and I love playing pool, and I think we can kind of start talking about pool. But basically, we'll talk about the Corvette and our experience having it for about 2 weeks now, and then at the same time, we're gonna be playing some pool. And on top of that, Isaac and I have decided. You tell them.
We've decided.
You had the idea.
Yeah, we've decided to make this a little bit more interesting. And Max and I get pretty competitive. We like to compete, obviously. So I'm betting 500 of my own money. Best two out of 3.
We're each putting 500
for 1,000.
Yes.
Treasure.
So very excited. A lot is going to be on the line, but at the same time, we're going to be talking about our Corvette experience. So let's get right into it.
Do you want to do the
So typically, guys, this is how we determine who breaks. We're going to have the cue ball right here, and I'm going to get this ball, and then we're just going to both hit it. I don't know if I'm going to like this right here. We'll do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go, and then we'll both hit it, and then whoever is the closest to the rail gets the break.
The break is super important if you want to get a good head start. I'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
And I think I won this one, guys. I definitely won this one, guys. Yep, look at that perfection right there. That is almost perfection. We're talking, what, like 2 inches right there. So I'm going to get the head start.
All right.
I'm a little bit surprised because I just got done from the gym, so I definitely have that pump. So typically, that means that, I overhit it. Isaac, start us off with whatever you want to start us off with.
Yeah. So
question or whatever. I'll break.
So about 2 weeks. Was it 2 weeks ago that we bought the Vette?
Yeah.
So about 2 weeks, Max and I decided to purchase the Vette, the Corvette. You guys, if you watched the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't watch the first episode, pretty good break. Nothing went in. If you didn't watch the first episode, it's part of our vision, what we're trying to do, Ride It Baby, our brand, and expanding into the car rental business. Let me take this shot.
For sure. And it was pretty much our first week. You guys already know the process of how we got it, but it was our first week, and right now we're in this phase where we're just kind of setting everything up, setting up the foundation, and then once that is set up, then we're gonna really start pushing it. We've already kind of been pushing it, testing a couple of things, but it's something that's not completely easy. It's something that we're figuring out in the process. But in the meantime, we're personally breaking in the car, so we're driving the first 500 to 1,000 miles, right? And so
to give a little bit of context,
okay,
when you break, if you don't make it, you have to take a decision.
Rules, right?
Yeah, you have to make a decision whether you want to go solids or stripes. Clearly, I went for the solid, and I didn't make it, so now it's Max's
So it's an open
turn.
table still, so I can go for whatever shot. I didn't make any on the break. He didn't make any shot right now, so yeah. I'll start off with this question, Isaac. What has been the most, while you've been on the car, what is the most vivid memory that you've had so far? What's the most shocking experience you've had on it, or a main takeaway that you have?
Yeah. The one that really sticks out to me was just picking up my girlfriend in the Vette, and on my birthday just having the Vette to myself and doing a lot of things with my girlfriend, picking her up at her crib. Bro, that didn't want to go in. Picking her up in the Vette and just her seeing me in front of that car. Usually I wait outside to open the door, and usually it's the Kia, right? Or the Tacoma had like a little bit of that effect.
The Tacoma's nice.
Yeah, the Tacoma's nice, but obviously you can't compare to the Vette. So just waiting outside her crib in front of the vet and her seeing me, she was, I think I even told you, she came out and she said, "You look so hot."
Yeah.
And that just put me on, you know? I felt like I was, wow, that insurance right there.
I'll take it.
All right, so Max right now is stripes.
I'm stripes right now. Yep.
And just the whole experience of having that first encounter with people, looking at the vet, seeing me in the vet, and then being my birthday, just kind of took the experience of riding the car to a whole new level. The treatment from...
yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, so I decided to book a reservation at a hotel here in Santa Monica called Lowe's.
Shout out Lowe's.
And when I pulled up, obviously everyone just kind of like the valet parking guy immediately stopped what he was doing and started signaling for me to go his way. And I go out of the car, and obviously my girl's with me, and I go out and he tells me, "You're gonna get the VIP treatment, sir." Oh, that hurts.
Oh,
that hurts. All right, so that's called a foul.
So that's a foul. I made it the cue, ball. So then we usually do ball in hand, which means Isaac can now position the ball wherever he wants and yeah, score wherever he wants to go. That day, I remember that, I'll kind of like say my part on that day. But yeah, that was like the first day we had, I think 2 days in. And I remember I was going to Rib. And so the car was parked literally at Lowe's. And on my way to Rib, I just kept seeing the car. I drove like 3 times and I kept seeing the car. And I was like, oh shit, that's dope. I remember, so that day we actually had, what's it called? We went bowling for Isaac's birthday.
Yeah.
And it was like a group of like a bunch of people. And I remember when we got out, because Isaac took the vet, I remember when we got out, one of the girls in our group, you know, saw the vet because it was parked outside and she didn't know it was ours, right? But I just remember her saying, like, as she was outside, she's like, "Oh yeah, you guys see that car right there? Yeah, that car's mine. Don't even worry about it."
Wow.
She was saying that, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. Like, it was one of, I wasn't trying to like, wow.
Playing defense.
I wasn't trying to, I just felt, and this is what I'll get into here in a minute, but it feels a little bit weird because you're like, oh, it's our car, you know? And like, it was funny, but also a little bit weird having her say those things because I just knew she would have felt awkward once she saw us get in the car, right? Because she had just like talked about the car saying it's hers when it's like ours, you know? And I know she was just joking, you know?
Yeah, we know her. She's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, she's a good friend.
And the fact that she parked right next to us, so all of our friends are seeing the vet, some for the first time. So we're there. Whoa, you're going for the chip? No, with the left.
I can't with the left.
So for some of our friends, there was their first time seeing the vet, and obviously we wanted to rev it, right? Yeah. So this girl is next to us, the girl that made the comment, and Max and I are just revving the vet, and she's like right next to us in her car. I bet that was a little bit like, wow, they might have heard me.
I was trying not to look at her.
Yeah.
It was I don't know, it was just a little awkward. Not for me, but I wonder if it was like awkward for her. Oh wow, that was horrible, guys.
Yeah, those cuts are
That was a
hard.
tough shot though. That was a tough shot. And I just remember her eyes, and she was kind of like, she was in shock, you know?
Yeah.
I know she was saying a couple of things, but I couldn't really hear her. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, that was like the second day that we had the vet. And then after that,
wow. It didn't want to go in. So Max, that was my first eye-opening experience. What was yours?
I just want to piggyback off of that, the girl thing, because I also had a girl in the orange vet, and I know what Isaac was feeling like. I remember when I pulled up, this girl's eyes, she lit up. She was like, oh my God, you know? And so, yeah, that effect is like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But now on this specific one, I love when the kids react, bro. Like, I love when the kids react. So I was at this, and this wasn't like the highlight, but I remember this one clearly.
Yeah.
I was at the stoplight, and this kid is walking with his family, and they always, like, you know, let's say the vet is like, let's say that's the vet. You're the vet right there, that camera. So they'll be like this. They'll be walking like this. You know, they'll be looking right at it. Yeah. And so this kid is walking, and he's like so happy, and he's like, that's your car? And I was like, yeah. And
how old was he?
Bro, he was like between 10 and 13 years old. So
yeah.
It was just like super dope, like seeing that one.
You know who? One of our good friends, Sebastian's, he has an MR2 and he modified it. Thing looks sick. Might put a pick up. That's the second scratch, bro. And he used to tell me all the time that the kids were his motivation. And I never really understood what he was saying, right? And until, well, you brought it up, and I've had that experience too, where kids, especially in Santa Monica, you have a lot of families, right?
Yeah.
These kids just get amazed by the car.
They do. I remember there was like this, when I rented one of them, I remember there was this like one little girl. She was like, again, 10 to 13, and like she took out her phone out right away, and she was like, oh my God. And so you get a lot of that. You get a lot of like photos taken, a lot of videos. Another similar experience was like, I pulled up to Rib one day, and there was a golf tournament here in Santa Monica or LA, and it was called the Genesis tournament, right? So sponsored by Genesis. And so that whole first parking lot row at Rib was like reserved by Genesis. So obviously this is a big deal, and all these spots are reserved. And I remember I pulled up with a vet, and usually, like, you know, Rib is right there, so I always like parking in that first spot because I just want to be close to Rib. But again, Genesis had reserved that spot, right? Yeah. And I remember I pulled up in the vet, and I was like, hey man, do you think that I could park here?
Who were you talking to?
It was just the guy who was like working there.
Okay, reserving.
Just like managing that whole operation, making sure that guests were coming in, the chauffeurs, everybody. And I was like, hey man, is it cool if I get that first spot right there? And again, I knew he kind of, like, the automatic response is like, bro, like, we're reserving this, you know? Right. It's just like him explaining to me what's going on, right? Yeah. But he like totally skipped that part, and he's like, he kind of looks at the car and he's like, for your car, bro? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I got you. And I was like, fuck, dude. Like, that's the cool thing about, like, and I've told this to Isaac, driving this car, I know what it's like to be a hot girl. You know, it's like, hot girls, you know, they get all the attention, you know, some people look at them, some people want to avoid looking at them, you know, they get free entrance to the club, you know, they get a lot of perks. Right. The hot girls get a lot of perks, and that's like with the car as well. You just get so many fucking perks with it. Yeah. Right.
The other thing too, bro, is definitely being here in our apartment and our neighbors just witnessing the vet. And we've joked around, Max and I, because we've rented the vet a couple of times, and you know, they see different colors every time, and they're here for 2-3 days and then they're gone, right? And this time, Max and I were thinking,
this is called the bank shot, guys. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm gonna go here and try to make it in this one. Oof.
And Max and I were saying, what do you think the neighbors are going to say, right? And at the beginning, we said, they're going to think it's just another, wow.
Another
Didn't
scratch,
even
guys.
hit it.
Another scratch.
Max and I were saying, no, they're going to think that for the first time that it's a rental.
Oh yeah,
that we're just going to have it.
They're just gonna be like, oh, it's another rental.
Another car that they just rented. It'll be gone in a couple of days, right? And the vet has been there for a couple of weeks now, so I'm sure people are starting to think either long-term rental, long-term rental, or these guys bought it. And one of the neighbors actually yesterday I think she was in that pattern of just another rental, right? But she finally said, hey, is that your guys' car?
She's like, did you guys buy that car?
Yeah. And I said, yeah. And she's like, oh, that's super impressive, guys.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
was like, that's a very impressive purchase, something like that. I guess just to kind of move like past a little bit from the, just that direct experience we've had with people. Isaac and I had like a pretty like long conversation the other day, and we wish we could have recorded that. And so we're gonna try to like kind of talk about, what we discussed that one night. But driving this type of car, for me, one of the most important things was like making sure that I stay humble. It sounds so stupid to say. Down.
Wow, I made one of Max's ball.
For me, one of the most important things is just like staying humble, because I know with me, what often happens is that I get one of these purchases and I just go to the fucking moon, and then like something bad happens. So, it's easy to just fucking feel like, again, you're getting all this attention, and it's easy to feel like you're a fucking superstar, like you feel fucking nice. Like every time someone, like when that kid, check this out.
This shot requires ultimate concentration. Ooh!
Beautiful.
Wow. This camera got it beautifully.
Yeah. So yeah, when they look at you, when they say something, like you'll get a lot of thumbs up, you'll get so you just like,
It feeds the ego.
It feeds the ego. Good way to say it. It feeds the ego. And so one of my tasks personally is like not letting it get to me. I even, in my whiteboard, there's this, from this saying, it says, mijo, no te creas más que nadie en que todos somos iguales. And that quote got me, because I'm like, again, I'm just the type of person who I'm like, I feel this shit, bro. Like I feel this shit hard.
Why do you think you feel it so much?
It's just like, I think because of music, like music is a huge like driver. Like I remember one of my biggest motivators to like getting a nicer car was because I was bumping all these hard songs, these songs that feed the ego.
Yeah.
And I'm rocking it in a Kia, so
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right. Dude, like remember when we first rented the Vette, we just jammed out.
Yeah.
And we went hard, bro.
We did. That was quite the
All
experience.
right, right here, red one.
Oof. That middle pocket is tricky for me. Yeah, I think that having materialistic things like this is tough, because it definitely feels the ego, right? And
I just set Isaac up real quick.
Yeah,
I just set him up right here. Boom 1, boom 2, boom 3. He could win the game. All right.
hey, don't forget we made a bet, so you might want to kick it up a notch.
Well, I'm definitely winning right now. I feel like I'm putting in a solid performance, but I just fucking set him up right now. Yeah. Materialistic things.
Yeah, so with these materialistic purchases, it's definitely been a challenge for me. And what I try to think about is, well, first of all, it's not like I did choose the rental niche, right?
Right.
I did choose the rental niche, but I never thought that it was going to amount to what it is now. But given the fact that we became good at this niche, and then our vision being shaped by, we want to continue to give these experiences and live that lifestyle, I just know that I need to train myself to not let these things get to me. And also, I'm in this mindset, and I think you are too, Max, of we've asked ourselves, are we these guys, right? Yeah. Are we these guys? And because the attention
because when people see you in that car, they automatically think you're that guy.
Yeah. And I think that I really am ready to take that responsibility and that next step. And I love the challenge of being different, having all these things and just standing out from the rest, not letting my ego get in the way, not letting my ego get too big, and just understanding that it's how I make my bread, and also providing for me, for my family, obviously for us. And I just know that this is what it takes to accomplish that. All right, this is an important shot.
I'm surprised you didn't go middle pocket unless that is what you were trying to do.
No, middle pocket? No, I think the ball was like right here, wasn't it?
Nah.
Where was it?
You can see VAR, but it was right there.
I don't think so, bro.
You'll see it in the replay.
Whoa, you have the chance too. Yeah. It's there for the taking. But yeah, I just want to be the difference in what we're doing, and I do enjoy having nice things, but I think the challenge is not letting it get to your ego. And wow. Well, since we made a bet, you can't have.
Yeah, no, you definitely can't. Fuck.
So what just happened, bro?
Yeah, so I just accidentally, touched the cue. That's a foul. It just happens. You're measuring the shot. Sometimes you just fucking get too close to it.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's a little bit of like, you start questioning it. Like, again, when you're just kind of jumping these levels, you're not used to, even though we were renting it, we were kind of getting used to it, right? But
yeah,
as you're growing and you're tapping into these different levels, and no one's really telling us like, oh, this is how it's gonna feel. We don't really have a lot of friends or mentors that can guide us through these experiences. We're just kind of going it through ourselves, and so a lot of the times, we just don't know exactly what type of mindset. It's a lot of life is teaching us, and we're just going and learning through life. And what's that word? It's like imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
Sometimes, so that's like, I think what I kind of start feeling is like, am I worthy of this? Am I really that guy? Right. Like I remember pulling up to the gym and I was like, and I'm pulling up in the Vette, right? And it's like, sometimes, I'm not really feeling like the gym, like, you're just not feeling it. You're just like, I'm just trying to go and see what's up.
I wasn't trying to hit it too hard.
When you pull up in the Vette, again, I just feel like if you pull up in the Vette and people see you pull up in the Vette, they expect a different caliber from you. They don't expect you to go fucking be lazy at the gym, right?
Yeah.
They expect you to go fucking hard as fuck.
Do you like that type of pressure?
I like it. Yeah, I like that type of pressure, but that's the type of thing that it adds to you.
Yeah. I think also you and I are really trying to take serious the whole, we understand that it's marketing, right? And that you have to build a brand around this, and we live it. We live it in terms of we're slowly acquiring these things and having nicer things, but at the same time, we also know that when you put it out online, you almost have to exaggerate a little bit of everything to
really get eyes.
Yeah, to really get eyes on it. But what I like about it is that if you get to know me deeply and on a personal level, when you get to know me, or when you get to know Max on a personal level, well, I don't know about Max, bro. Sometimes you strike me as the typical LA guy.
Yeah.
No, but you are. I mean, you are. Sometimes like you do it on purpose though. I feel like you try to be that.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Like, definitely, you know, I definitely try to fall into that persona of like embracing some parts, you know, not everything, but embracing some parts of that LA culture.
Yeah.
Because people fuck with that shit, you know?
Right.
It's just that clout and stuff, and I love the vibe, you know? I love the energy. Like, I'm going to Rolling Loud this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So that's like big, like, you know, rap vibes and shit like that. You know, all feeding the ego. I'm talking about.
You did say it was going to be your last. I don't know if you said Rolling Loud or music event, bro. I can't recall.
Yeah.
And I think that's changing. I think the Vette is transforming you.
Oh, it hid behind it. It hid behind.
Wow. I'm sorry. All right, so Max has one ball to go, the black one, last one. But he just trapped himself.
Yeah.
If he doesn't hit his ball, then I get to have ball in hand, and that's dangerous territory.
That is very dangerous.
All eyes on Max. Oh! Dang. Okay.
So where were we at?
Talking about Rolling Loud, and I remember you saying that it was going to be your last.
Yeah. So that's the thing, guys. Like, when I moved out to LA, I was like, fucking drugs, parties, girls. That's the truth. Like, I'm just saying the truth here.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I'm just here to have fun. Like, that's what LA is. And I remember when I went to my first Rolling Loud concert festival, it was just so fucking dope. And I was just like, this is exactly why I came out to Cali. The music, the fun, the activities, and everything. So, but that's changed a lot. That's changed a lot. And I have gone sober. I haven't smoked weed or drank alcohol in like, fuck, dude, I don't know, like, I think my birthday.
Half a year?
No.
Less?
Yeah, like 3 months, 2 months.
Yeah.
Which is still, you know, a good amount of time, but so it's like I'm in this tough situation.
All right, guys. So this is
game one. Yeah.
I have the last shot. The thing about 8-ball is that you do have to call where you're going to put the last ball.
So you're
in.
obviously gonna call this one.
Yeah. So obviously I'm calling the corner. I can't scratch.
And then the way we play is like, if he makes it and the cue ball goes in at the same time, he loses.
Yeah.
And then if he misses but makes the cue ball, he doesn't lose. It's game on, but I have ball in hand, and then it's kitchen.
Kitchen means from here back. You have to put the ball there.
And so it's been a little bit tough, guys. I mean, I definitely had some bad experiences with drugs. And, you know, I kind of just came to this conclusion of like, drugs really fuck your psyche up. And you know, I didn't, you know, at first I thought it was all just fun and games. And even though I never really pushed the line and I never really like crossed it and never really went crazy with it. Wow.
That's game one for moi.
Wow.
Yeah, so you were saying you never really...
Yeah, I never really pushed it, but, you know, the addition of everything just kind of compounded. And, you know, it just takes one day for you not to be here mentally right. And then on top of that, you add some type of drugs and, you know, you get screwed over and you can go to a dark place. And so that's kind of what happened to me. I had a really bad experience. I feel like that's what happens to everybody. Everybody has a bad experience at some point. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah. Everybody has a bad experience at some point, and then they end up quitting.
The thing that happened to me with drugs, I never was into drinking that much. I don't think neither of us.
Yeah, neither of us.
I don't think neither of us was that heavy into drinking or at all. I mean, occasional drinks with the homies, but very rarely. And I think for me, what it was, I had the bad experiences too, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely have that.
Yeah.
Just real quick, obviously he won, so he breaks. So yeah, he's gonna break now.
Game 2. But what really allowed me to stop altogether was definitely getting into a serious relationship and my girlfriend being sober and not doing any of these things. So it kind of made it easy, like super easy for me to, even though at the beginning it was hard because you were still doing it.
I was still doing it.
You were still doing it, and I was here and I could smell it, and it was just not the easiest, but I think I stuck with it, and then it just became easier and easier. Bro!
All right.
Why does this keep
foul,
happening
guys.
to me?
That's a foul, guys. Wow.
I don't know why that keeps happening to me. And yeah, that's what allowed me to stick to it. And then I don't even think about it anymore.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about weed a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like, I know, like, I would have loved to be high right now.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that would have been fucking dope.
Yeah.
But
we never got to experience a high pool game.
But now for me, it's just like the risk and reward. You know, I always try to measure, like, you know, what's my gain, what's my L. Just the L is so much more than the gain if I were to smoke.
Yeah. I think that's also the change that we made in our lives, that we understood that.
Are you fucking kidding me, bro?
With a lot of things going on in our lives. Yeah, that's a pretty good break. With a lot of things going on in our lives, we understood that the L, like you said, was just not worth it for what it was giving us. And me personally, being already a pretty anxious person.
Yeah, dude, I feel like you got to that point where you were like, I just felt like you were more anxious than not. Because to me, it was still like, I was at a point, guys, where I was like, I can definitely control this. It's all in the mind. I felt so confident. I even remember tweeting, saying how, like, that was a fucking superpower. Ooh, that's juicy.
Yeah.
That's very juicy.
Dude, it's been happening to me that in these games, my first shot is just ass. I'm not able to make it, and that really sets me back. Because then you do this. What were we saying?
I was just saying how...
Oh yeah, and the thing for me is that I wish that I could just take a vacation, and I've told you this multiple times, and not have to worry about work, not having to worry about people needing my help. And if I know that if I could have that, I wouldn't trip so hard. But the thing that happens is that I know people are hitting me up, people are needing my help.
Right.
And it's just, I know I don't function the best.
Yeah.
So the outcome is not worth it in that scenario. Dude, this was such a nice break. But where are you going?
Corner pocket.
Okay, so we talked about how the vet has made us, how it's made us feel. I just kind of wanted to touch up on, you know, where we are with the whole rental situation, what we're doing, what you're struggling with, kind of like what you're thinking. You think we're on pace, etc.
So I think this is a good question. One of the things that I was struggling with, and I haven't told you this, but you know, sometimes there's like some limiting beliefs, and again, there's this always idea of like wanting to chase something else, right? And when we got the vet, there was some fear in me that, hey, we might not be able to pull, you know, your doubts and fears start to come into play, right? Yeah. And so I remember like the following day, telling Isaac, like literally the next day or a couple days later, I was like, hey bro, I really want to buy this business, a business that we've been looking for, a water park.
Yeah.
And I told you that, right? And I sent out the offer, and I haven't gotten a response, by the way. But I sent out the offer, and then I took a shower. And as I'm taking this shower, all these emotions and feelings are coming in me, bro. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why am I so scared? And in that moment, I realized that I was trying to find an opportunity to be able to pay off the vet. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, which is, you know, I can obviously focus on renting the vet.
Right.
But I was so scared of not being able to do it because it's something that, you know, we're figuring out for the first time, that I was like, it almost makes more sense for me to find something else I can pay it off. And I was like, why am I thinking like this?
Yeah.
And so that's the realization that I got, and which was, I'm really scared of just being able to make this work myself. And so once that realization came in, I was like, okay, I just need to go hard, and I just need to take actions, and I need to just start executing and doing the things that I think could work, and there's like no harm.
Yeah.
I just need to try, you know?
What are you scared of though? Are you scared of not getting customers? Are you scared of the debt? Are you scared of just not, you know, how we talked about being that guy? I'd like to know, what is it that you're scared of? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just this doubt. It's not that I'm scared. It's just this doubt of, can we do this, you know? Because yeah, again, like, this is something that we're starting from scratch, and you know, I feel like I've tested very small things, and this always happens to me. I'll do like very small tests.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously I won't see results because it's like a small test, right? And it's like, it's all about consistency, right? And so I'll do these small tests sometimes, and I see how it doesn't work, and then I'm like, will this approach really work? But yeah, I think that's one of the things, that just getting those customers, really, bro.
Yeah. I feel good about the way that we've been just trying to make it work. I think right now you and I have done plenty in our journey in terms of skills that we have to grow things, that we move things very quickly, you know. You're able to apply what you know and launch it. And we're at a point where you just do it. We still ask each other for feedback and, hey, what do you think about this video? And obviously, go help me film this video. But a lot of what we're doing right now is just, we have ideas, we know how to execute them, and we just do it. And that's how, I mean, if you really think about it, I think that
So just real quick, guys, this is what I call the hill.
The hill.
And basically the hill is, I get on this road, and this happens quite often recently. This happens quite often where I get very ahead of the game. You can see that right now I just need 2 stripes, and Isaac has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So this is a hill. I'm setting up the hill, so you know.
The pressure mounts up when you have
a lot to make, and yeah.
The thing though is that when there are less balls, it's easier to make them. So all I need is all I need is for Max to miss 1, and so it's my turn, and then I can comfortably climb the hill.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if I make not all, but if I make most, if I'll make all. And that's part of the thing too, bro. Just kind of like, I was reading this book, and it's like one of those like super cheesy manifestations mindset books, right? Which are so important because they work on the mindset.
They're helpful, bro.
They're so helpful. And so this book really helped me because it talked about how like this girl made an $85,000 investment, and as soon as she made that $85,000 investment, her deepest fears finally surfaced to the level. And that's kind of what happened to me. It's like I threw out that offer, and then like my fear finally came up, and I was able to see it, and I was like, this is the problem. And so that book has helped me a lot. But just having
what book is it?
It's like a money book that you had. It's the green one.
Oh, Dude. You're a badass at making money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you a screenshot.
Yeah, those were good. That's the other thing that I think I'd like to talk about, since you sent me those photos about charging your friends, right? Because you and I have been having this debate over whether we should charge friends, how do we go about helping other people, right? Because now that we have the car, we have friends that want to drive it, and it's something expensive that we really worked for. And I do believe basically what it said in the photos that you sent me was that you don't want to devalue your work. And I've always been a supporter of people who are close to me, and I never was in the idea of, hey, hook me up, right? If you're gonna charge for something, I wanna support you and I'm going to pay for it, because I know how it is. I know what it's like to have a business, try to be, successful. But recently, we've just been having that debate over what's the right thing to do? How much do we need to help our friends, and how much do we want to push them to be able to afford these things? And one of the things that this book mentioned was the fact that when you give a discount to a friend, what you're essentially saying to that friend is, I don't think you have the capabilities to manifest this opportunity for yourself. So I'm gonna give you a freebie, I'm gonna give you a discount, I'm just gonna hook you up, right? Because I don't think you have those capabilities, limiting that person from overcoming these things. Now, Isaac, it's been a little bit tough, I'm not gonna lie, but today, bro, because we had this situation where two of my friends are coming co-workers, and I said, hey, look, I'll offer you guys a stay, because they're going to Rolling Loud with me. We're going to Rolling Loud together. Wait, you made that? Yeah, I made it.
Oh. We're going to Rolling Loud together, and I was like, hey guys, I'll charge you guys this amount for you guys to drive the Vette, and for you guys to stay at my house. Basically, I was throwing the apartment for free. It was mainly the Vette, right? Dude, and today, damn, bro.
What happened?
Today, one of them dropped an invitation to go to their party in Houston.
One of the guys that was going to stay here.
One of the guys that was going to stay here.
Yeah.
And he drops the pic, and dude, what kind of pissed me off a little was that, and I'm like, whatever, bro, like, I just get it, it's a different mindset, bro. But he drops the pic, and Misa asks the question, can I stay with you if I go? And I'm like, as soon as he said that, I'm like, I know where this is coming, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
And someone else, because I don't save numbers, but someone else said, Jerry said it's gonna be, which is the other guy's name, Jerry said it's gonna be 1,500. And I was like, really, bro?
Wow.
I was like, really, bro? I didn't say that, right?
Right. In your head, you're thinking that.
I'm like, really, bro? And then Misa said, is the Honda Civic included? And I was just like, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like.
So how'd you take that?
Dude, I was just a little bit pissed, but again, it's those things that, and we've talked about it, which is like,
I don't know what to hit, bro.
And what we were just saying, guys, about the book, and how, when you give your friends a discount, blah blah, you're basically not allowing money to flow properly and yeah, you're just like not in abundance, right? And it's just hard because they're my friends in a way. They're just my friends in a way, but again, I know that we worked hard for these things, and you know, I'm not just gonna give all the things that I worked hard for free. Because I work my ass off, bro. I work my ass off. I work, 7 days a week, and I don't know if these guys, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be mean, but I just don't know what they're doing, right?
Yeah. And
so, it hurt a little bit because I'm like, it's just a dick move to, be saying those things. Because I like when I offered them, I did it with all positive intentions, Like, I'm like, bro, I'm going to give you the fucking experience, bro.
Yeah.
And yeah, for them to just kind of be like that, it was a little weird, but, try to brush it off.
Yeah. I'm in the mindset of really trying to encourage people to believe that they can do this. And I'm telling you, bro, when I was clean.
That was.
When I watched that video of Wi-Fi money, and I even showed you, the guy was constantly saying that you have to reward yourself from time to time to be able to open up your mind and see the possibilities. And I really have been trying, even when I was making the landing page for the Vette, I have it plastered there multiple times. I really want to get that inspiration across that, hey, this is going to open up your eyes to the possibilities. This is going to open up your eyes about the possibilities. And same goes to my friends, that whenever I see someone that wrestles with the cost, that's when I get excited, because that's like where I was, right? Like thinking about cost of things. And that's an opportunity for me to be like, I think there is just like a mental block that you have. Obviously, there are I know certain people that definitely don't have the money, right? And I'm like, yeah, it's a different scenario. But I know the ones that just have a mental block, that they believe that they can't do it, or that they're not worthy of driving, or whatever the case may be. And those are the ones that I get excited about, because I was there with those mental blocks and trying to overcome them. And once I did, dude, our minds opened up so much when we tasted success, right? Like going to Miami, traveling, coming here to Cali, opening up a business. It was just very eye-opening, bro.
Yeah, guys, I think, I don't know, when I was going through this, like, for example, I told Isaac, one of them told me, yeah, it's just that we don't need the Vette, right? And it was just like, yeah, you don't need a fucking 50-inch TV. You don't fucking need a nice camera an iPhone can do. You don't even need an iPhone. You could get an Android that's like $50, whatever. Not $50, but like 200. Fuck, I don't even know. But it's just like, if you want to elevate your game, and everybody says they want to elevate their game, bro. Everyone says that they're trying to elevate the game. But if you're not taking those actions to really elevate the game, and when these opportunities are presented to you, it's just like.
And sometimes, sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, yeah, it's just hard to. It's just hard to believe a person when they're not willing to take that risk.
Yeah, and I think what we miss too, I don't know if we touched on it, is that sometimes because they're our friends, it could feel a little bit weird paying us, right? Just thinking that, I'm gonna get the hookup with my friends, right? But in reality, it's like, let me help them out. Obviously, if it's out of our budget, doesn't make sense. I've had plenty of people, or the product just doesn't align with me,
right, for
whatever reason. But I think in this case, it aligned.
Yeah. It definitely aligned, but
too much.
Fuck.
Wow. I cleared up some. 1, 2, 3. And then the black one. Yeah, it's been a pretty interesting experience with the Corvette. Even from understanding, you get something new, right? You add something new to your life, and so many things branch out of that, which just piles on more things for you to do. But that's where I think if Max and I are meant to be the business owners that we are aspiring to be, these are the roadblocks that we have to overcome. And I think about, okay, who's on my team? How do I delegate things? Who do I reach out to? And honestly, bro, the beautiful thing, what I feel now is that we have so many resources to tap into that, yeah, we're able to move a lot quicker, right? From being able to reach out to someone, learn from somebody, it's just a game changer. And I see why successful people are able to move a lot quicker because of the resources, the connections. And yeah, I think that I'm excited about what we could do with the Vette. And I've never been worried, bro, about are we going to be able to rent it. I just have this belief system in my head that it's going to happen. And we know.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but honestly, like that's what motivated me, because I know Isaac, and I know when Isaac believes in something, I know he believes in it. Like, I know, to me, I think I'm more of the person who gets really hyped on the hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get pretty hyped on the hype. But then again, like, my doubts and fears start rolling in, and you know, we were talking about this during Vintage when we talked about faith.
Yeah.
You know, and the question was, what is faith, right? And basically what I took out of it was, faith is...
That's good.
Faith is when you take the actions. That's when faith is, you know, when you're taking the actions, not just like believing, not like this blind trust, you know, it's like taking the actions. Oh shit.
You thought that was a chalk?
Yeah. And...
yeah, because I do remember coming up to you, and my mind, it was so clear because it really was something that and I want to jump to the part about, I do want to talk about Armand and the whole situation,
okay.
But it kind of ties in, because even before we met, we talked about this in the first episode, when we met the guy that we were trying to do business with. You can move the GoPro if you want. Wow. Yeah, when we met the guy that we were going to partner up with and get the cars, even before that, we wanted to do
By the way,
this.
I tried to play defense there, guys, so I hit my stripe, so that's what I did there. Because I don't know if that shot made sense to people, but yeah, I just tried to play defense, guys. And so I did it. I did it properly. Go on.
Yeah, and it was our vision to rent these cars. That's why you start renting the Vette. And recently, I remember what I was gonna say. That I came up to Max and I was like, bro, I really think that you and I can do it. I don't see why you and I can't do this. And that's when Max was like, yeah, that's a possibility. And yeah.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah. No, go ahead, so
Okay.
I can take this shot.
Yeah, the reason why, dude, I think, like, I was very impressed what Isaac did at Beachside, guys. Like I don't know if you felt this, but bro, last year, getting Beachside off the ground, bro, you were on fucking fire, bro. Like, you were just, I was just like impressed, like a shit ton by the things that Isaac was doing, and just like how he was implementing things and making things work. Like, he started the whole service department. And I remember when we started that, I was like, bro, if you guys want to do that, you guys can do it. But that's not something that I feel capable. I just don't even know. Like, I'm the type of person, I really got to see it. And sometimes I'm able to see it very clearly, you know? Like, for example, with Rib, I just saw it, you know? And I feel like, you know, sometimes I see it more clear than you, and vice versa, right?
Yeah.
But again, it just goes back to, like, when someone has that belief that they can do it, they can do it, you know? And so when Isaac came with that energy of like, bro, I really think we can do this. And based on how I saw him, like, you know, take Beachside to where it is now, I was just like, bro, if he's confident, then it's like, I'm down to fucking like sell myself the idea too. And again, I know we could do it too, but it's just like, I just don't know how. Which even saying that, I don't even feel like I should say that. I should feel like I know how. Yeah. Because in me telling myself I do know how, then my wiring starts to work a little bit different, and it starts working towards figuring it out and visualizing the success, and then, you know, just like from there everything just kind of stems. So yeah, I mean, when Isaac told me that, I was just definitely feeling confident, bro. By the way, like, how did you feel? Because I was seeing all these things that you were doing at Beachside and how you were just like moving and implementing and just taking action on so many things. Did you feel like you were like in a different like mode? Did you feel that like fuck, like I'm just operating like at a pretty good caliber right now? Yeah.
Honestly, bro, it just feels the same every time. I'm just operating. I'm just doing one task at a time from what I know, from my experience of doing things. Wow, you're hitting those dead on, bro. Yeah, I don't think I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely operating like, because I have my down day, my ups and downs too, right. You know. But I think I'm just consistent, and that doesn't allow me to see like when I'm operating like at a really high caliber. I just feel like I'm just doing what I have to do, and I'm operating the same way that I've been operating, but now I'm more knowledgeable, and that allows me to move things a lot quicker. Yeah. And yeah, I think obviously, you know, having a partner like you that can hold it down here or with other things is just super helpful. Right. All right. Oh, beauty. Wow, that was a really nice shot. Yeah. This is getting close to the end, guys. It's been a little bit unfortunate because I haven't had a shot, so I've had to play defense consistently my last 2 shots, trying to get that ball out of there. It's free now, but Isaac might have this shot. Oh, wow. Bro, I cut it way too much. That's such a perfect setup for me, guys. That's such a perfect setup for me. I can't believe how much I cut it. Wait, so what happens if I win this game? Yeah, I mean, the video would just be too long to finish at third game. We'll have to put a pin on it. Put a pin? But hey, don't call it yet. No, yeah. But I'm just... Oof. Yeah, that's good. Oof. Wow, bro. Wow, with an amazing setup right here. That's a pretty good setup. Yeah, that's a good setup. Is there a little bit of an angle? There is, huh? Yeah, small. Which I always prefer angles than. Yeah, bro. For some reason, it's been. Did that turn off? Wow, what happened? Is it out of storage? Yeah, guys, it's looking like... I think it died. We have to go to... We have a church event at 7, right? Yeah. What time is it, do you know? Not really. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, we have a church event, so I don't know if we'll be able to finish this. So we're going to wrap it up here. I don't know if... Well, let's just finish the game, but I just wanted to say... It's been to just explain why we were doing pool in this video. I thought that it was a really cool idea, and playing pool, it's something that we enjoy doing. I think Max got into it by going to the bars and and playing there, and that's it. Good game, bro. And
tied 1-1.
And Max just got into playing pool, and then we were like, bro, we should buy a table. We ended up buying a table.
Well, I love that you like got into it too.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, I felt like you were gonna like it, but I was just like, I always love like not telling him like, hey, you're gonna love this. I always love just like introducing the idea.
Yeah.
And then seeing if he likes it.
And I don't know, bro. It's been nice to have this pool table. Kind of, you know, we take little breaks and play, but also with friends, it's just cool to have something here to do. And obviously not with the podcast, being able to do this. But I guess
it's a little bit more entertaining. We hope that you guys found it entertaining.
1-1. I guess the bet will have to wait because we need that tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be a different episode.
But I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit about the Corvette, the vision that we have, how we've been working to get that up and running, our challenges, our fears, and a little bit. I guess we also talked a little bit more about us, and you know, we had a good section about, you know, our experience here in Cali and drugs, weed.
Yeah.
So, we're doing this every week. I mean, this is the second week, and we were able to put this together.
Yeah, the main thing here is consistency, guys. I see it all the time, and just everything. Again, we were talking about those speed bumps, and those are the things that make or break you. Those speed bumps in anything that you do, because so many people, you know, they want to start doing something, and then they get that first speed bump, and they might overcome it, right?
Yeah.
They might, because they have that momentum. But then they get that second one, and like, bro, they already kind of start quitting. And I say from personal experience, you know, this happens to me like so many times. Like, you know, the giving up is so easy, and the main thing is consistency. And I've seen it with my businesses, and I've seen it in the things that I do. Even when we're selling bikes online, you know, when we're selling bikes online, I see how, like, for example, there's just like a time, you know, where more bikes are sold than other times. So let's say, like, you know, during the times that aren't sold as much, I decide to give up. Then I'm like, oh, this doesn't work. However, since I stuck with it, I saw more time, and I was able to sell, you know, bikes. And then I realized, oh, this actually does work. But had I not stayed consistent, then I would have never seen when it actually works. And I think so many people just don't stay consistent enough to catch that momentum and then build from that.
100%, bro. So stay tuned for the next episode. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and follow along. Peace. That was pretty good, no?
Yeah.